Hello, my name is Gemma Renwick. I have been a consultant for the One-to-One diet for 7 years now, and I've been asked here today to answer some of your questions. So I'm going to get straight into it. The first question is, I get huge cravings for carbs when I'm due on. Do you have any suggestions, please? So I can totally sympathise with this. When I was on plan 7 years ago, it was the one time that I struggled the most. So as all of us females know, we get huge cravings when we're due on. We feel very sorry for ourselves, we feel bloated, it just, in general, you just feel a bit yucky. And my top tips would be, prepare yourself mentally for these times, because they are going to happen every 3 to 4 weeks without fail. A lot of it is mental, so as long as you can mentally prepare yourself and kind of expect to feel like that and try and distract yourself in those times. So I used to do things like take hot bubble baths, I'd have a hot water bottle to try and help my tummy aches. You can take paracetamol on plan if you've got any aches or pains or anything like that. And just maybe even split your products and have have smaller portions. So you could have maybe half a shake in the morning and then a couple of hours later have another half of a shake, just so you feel like you're eating little and often. And there's so many chocolatey, yummy treat products that we do. So you can have your treats even whilst you're on plan, like the salted caramel bites are amazing. Any of the bars, the chocolate orange bar. We've got the carby meals. So we've got the spag bowl, we've got the macaroni cheese. The spag bowl and the macaroni cheese mixed together, the spagheroni, is unbelievable. And it really feels like a real sort of comfort food if you mix them together. So yeah, make sure you drink all of your water and just push through and stay strong. That's my top tips. Okay, second question. How do you deal with visiting other people? My mum is such a feeder even when I'm on plan. So I can sympathise with this. People around you will, unfortunately, it sounds awful, but it's people try and test you when you're on plan to see if you're going to fail or see if you're going to, cave at the first hurdle. And I'm quite a stubborn person, and when I was on plan, I just wanted to prove people wrong. I wanted to prove the haters wrong, the doubters wrong. And you have to be really strong and just say no and explain to them that you need their support during, and why you're doing it. Explain why you're wanting to lose weight. How are you feeling at the moment and how do you want to feel? And, your mum and your family should understand that. And if they can support you, it makes the whole journey so much easier. So I would just say, if you can have a chat with them and really explain your why and the reasons why you're doing this and the fact that you really want their support, hopefully she'll give you support and not keep offering you food. I would also say always go prepared. So if you're going to your mum's house or if you're going to a friend's house or an event of some sort, have bars and water in your bag ready. The bars and bites are so easy. The ready-made chocolate velvet is easy. If you've got them in your bag, at least you've kind of got that, that backup. And don't be afraid to tell people that you're on plan. People should understand, and just, don't be shy. It's not a secret. Tell them what you're doing, take your products with you, be strong and be prepared. Third question, how do 0-calorie drinks like Diet Coke work on plan? So I get asked this question a lot actually, and on the lower steps, step 1, for instance, or the TDR range, we don't advise anything except the water flavourings and just water or sparkling water. You can also have black tea or coffee, but Diet Cokes or any sort of diet fizzy drinks are to be had on occasion on step 2 and above. And to be honest, if you're out at the pub with your friends or if you're at an event or a barbecue or something, having the odd Diet Coke is not going to harm you, but I just wouldn't recommend it as a regular thing. You still have to have your minimum water, and unfortunately the Diet Coke doesn't go towards your water intake, so I would keep it to a minimum. But if you feel like you need it, on the odd occasion from step 2 and above, it's absolutely fine. What are the different steps? So when you start plan, you'll get a steps booklet and all the steps are detailed in the book for you. So we've got the TDR range, which is a lower calorie, lower carbohydrate range of products. There's only 8 products to choose from, but they're there for people that do lose weight that little bit slower. Not everybody would use this. It's just kind of there as an extra tool for people that may need it. And then we've got Soul Source, we've got step 1A and step 1B. Step 1A is for it's for women under 5'8", but it depends on what you weigh and what your current BMI is, whether you can start on this step or not. But 1A is 3 products a day and your water, and that's it. And then on step 1B, that's 4 products a day for women over 5'8" or all men. So men are unable to do any lower than step 1B. But again, we would have to take into consideration any medical conditions or medications that you're on, and also your BMI and your lifestyle. Step 2 is 3 products and a 200 calorie dinner. So this is the step that I did. So I had 3 products throughout the day, and then I would have my own 200 calorie meal that I made myself from the allowable foods list, which is also in the book. It lists all the protein and vegetables that you can have, and it also lists the weights and measurements. So it's all done for you in here. Or we do have a really easy microwave meal range that we can supply to you to save you cooking, basically. So it's all done for you. Pop them in the microwave for 2.5 minutes and you've got your meal. So we've got beef casserole, we've got veggie chili and wedges, we've got giant couscous salad, and we've also got a pearl barley risotto. So there is quite a lot to choose from, and they're just really quick and easy to have. And then we've got step 3, which is just 2 products and 150 calorie breakfast allowance with a salad at lunchtime, and then a 400 calorie dinner. But this step can be adapted really to make it a little bit easier for you if you wanted. So a lot of my slimmers, for instance, will have 2 products, and then they'll just calculate 600 calories roughly of conventional healthy food to go on top with those 2 products. They might even have 3 products and then just 400 calories worth of food on top, just to make it that bit easier. It depends on how busy you are, what your job entails and things like that. And then we've got step 4, which is 1200 calories, and step 5, which is 1500. So the key is to start on the lower steps, lose the majority of your weight here. You can only do step 1 for 12 consecutive weeks in a row. So if you've got quite a bit of weight to lose and you're going to be on plan longer than 12 weeks, then you would have to do 1 week at least on step 2 before moving back down again. Most of my slimmers enjoy step 2 and they just stay on it until they've lost all of their weight. And then we can work you up the steps and get you to stabilisation and maintenance. So there are 6 steps in total. It can be tailored to you. We're not just shakes. We're not just shakes and soups. We've got so much to choose from. We've got porridges, we've got smoothies, we've got shakes, we've got ready-made shakes, we've got soups, savoury meals, chewy bars, crunch bars, chocolate bites. There is so much variety that you can never get bored. And trust me, if you try the products, they are delicious. And my slimmers have their favourites, but the majority of the products all sell really well, and they are lovely. I still have them now as part of my maintenance. So I have the vanilla shake hot every single morning without fail, with a caramel popcorn shot of coffee. So I get the flavoured coffee, and I have it as a latte every morning, and it's so filling. I have it about 10 o'clock. It keeps me going till lunchtime, and it just keeps those calories down. So they can be also used as part of your maintenance. Most of my maintainers do have 1 to 2 products a day just because they like them, and they're so convenient. They're calorie counted for you, and yeah. Do you have any advice for eating out? Is it possible at all if you are on a higher step? 100% yes, it is possible. A lot of restaurants and places now do calorie content on their menus. If not, you can ask for it, because I went to Nando's once and I said to them, how many calories are in whatever meal I was looking at, because it didn't say it on the menu. And she said, it says it on the website, so you can look on the website, but she bought me out a big book with all the calories in. So you can do it. I know a lot of people don't want to be that person that, is awkward at the table. So if you want to pre-prepare, just look on the website before and pick something and prepare yourself before you get there. The worst thing to do is go to a restaurant hungry, look at the menu. Obviously you're going to want everything because you're hungry. But if you've already pre-planned and chosen that meal, you just order it, order your water, and you'll be absolutely fine. But again, I wouldn't say you can just go out and not worry about it. I would always pick the healthier options. So if I was in an Italian, for instance, they either do low calorie pizzas or they do low calorie pasta dishes, or you can get chicken and vegetables. There are options in most places. You just have to really prepare. So my top tip would be to look at the menu before you go anywhere and pre-plan. Okay, how do you maintain the weight? I struggled and put the weight back on every time. So I've actually been maintaining my 3 stone loss now for 7 years, and I'm not going to lie, it is hard. It is hard work. It doesn't come naturally. It doesn't come easy. It's all about being very mindful of what I'm eating and calorie counting the majority of the time. So when I lost my weight, I lost it on step 2. I lost 3 stone in 8 weeks on step 2. I did not cheat. I didn't cheat once. I had all of my water. I was 100% on plan. And then I worked my way up the steps for the maintenance. So this is key, because you want to work up the steps slowly and steadily, and you want to introduce the foods properly and steadily, really, to basically rebuild your body's metabolism again. So, you know, I was on 800 calories for a long time. So I worked up to 1,000, did that for a couple of weeks. And then if I saw a loss on step 3, I'd move up to step 4. Then I did that for a couple of weeks. As soon as I saw a loss, I moved up to step 5. So I was on 1,500 calories within a few weeks, really. And then now I have anywhere between sort of 1,500 and 1,800 a day on average, Monday to Friday, because I'm just very, very strict in the week. I try and be as active as I can, with a little bit of running and walking. I'm quite active with the kids. And then on the weekends, I'll have a little bit of what I fancy, but I try to keep it to a minimum, and I still count my calories. So if I want to have a treat like a glass of wine or a glass of Prosecco or anything like that, as long as you're calorie counting and you're mindful and you're in the maintenance stage, then that's fine. But you can't just mindless eat anymore. You cannot go back to how you used to eat, because if you eat what you've always eaten, you'll be the size you've always been, if not bigger over time. So you do have to be very, very mindful and careful, and just think about everything you're putting into your body and how it makes you feel. So the good foods, you know, all the foods that are in the steps booklets are in there for a reason, because they keep you fuller for longer, they make you feel better, they give you energy, you know, they're lower in calories. So if you can stick to the traffic light system within the book, then you're onto a winner. So another question is, how much weight can I expect to lose on the plan? So on average, the losses on the lower steps, so steps 1 or 2, the average loss is about 1 stone every 4 weeks. Most of my slimmers lose a little bit more than that, but it does depend. So some of my slimmers might have an underactive thyroid, they might be pre or post menopause, they might have polycystic ovaries. You know, there's lots of medical conditions that can actually, unfortunately, make you lose weight that little bit slower, but they still lose. It's just all about finding the right step for you. So this plan can be 100% tailored to you and your lifestyle, your medical conditions, any medications that you're taking, how active you are. You know, we take everything into consideration before advising a step for you. There is a big medical protocol that we have to follow, and everybody is different. So on average, the loss is roughly about 1 stone every month, sometimes more, sometimes a little bit less. But again, it depends on what step you start on. So I just want to say a quick thank you for watching. Thank you so much for those of you that sent in your questions. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to follow me, I'm on Instagram as @_Gemma Renwick. See you soon.